Hello, guys. How are you doing? Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
I can't hear you clearly.
Welcome to class.
So your voice is quite low. I can hear you, but I can't hear you well.
Uh, 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 uh. All right, can you confirm if you can hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you
Yeah,
clearly
it's
now.
better now than before.
All right, so I'm going to just share my screen and start, but I need to know where did you guys stop yesterday? And how was the class yesterday?
Class
I'm also
Better
reading
yesterday.
from
the comment section. Yeah. Okay, who is talking, please? I can't. I'm also reading the comments. All right, from Clementia, Angela, Geoffrey, Ofure, Amaka, Tracy, and welcome, guys. Welcome, welcome. So if you are in the premium group, I have dropped I've dropped the link. You can join me live. I still have space for like two people. Okay, you guys, you stop at church, right? Okay, I don't know if you guys cannot hear me, but I seriously need responses. If you see, I can't really project my voice more than what you are hearing because I almost hit a car yesterday when driving. Not a car, three cars, different instances because I was sleep driving and I really need to rest. But here I am. So that explains my low tone of voice. This is not how I speak, but I will need responses in the live session. Mr. Joseph, Chidima, Harrison, Paul, Tracy, I need you to respond to me when I ask questions.
We are here, sir.
All right, sir.
Okay, sir.
All right, Ufure, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. Back in the day, I used to think that I had this friend of mine who, well, I don't want to tell you his profession, but he's one of those mentors I had back then. This was over 10 years ago. Then I was still really new into everything I was doing. Career wise, I was still 5 year in, but this guy have been really into it. So sometimes we'll go out on Fridays to go and maybe have dinner or something. And this guy will be eating while talking, while talking as colleagues. He'll be talking and sleeping. So he was just thought, I don't know if you guys have experienced something like that. I didn't know that people like me would end up becoming like that. It's crazy. And this is just to use the opportunity to encourage everyone that is trying to put it together. You're trying to grind. It's not going to be easy at the first few. It's not going to be easy at the first few years or few months of your life. Um, but make sure you have people that love you around you, people who really are concerned about your health, so that they can remind you to rest. They can remind you to eat. Back in the day, looking for food was a priority, but right now it's not. Like I could just wake up, the last thing on my mind is food. Meanwhile, I mean, I'm supposed to like eat, have time to eat and do all of that. Now you have the money to eat, but there's no time. Remember that song we all sang for those who are Nigerians? I think a lot of Africans should know this song. Some have food but cannot eat. Some can eat but have no food. Do you guys remember that song? I fall into yeah, those ones that some have some have, I don't know how to sing that version now. Some have the means to eat, but they don't have the time to eat. Some of us would want to exercise, but we don't have that. We don't have that. The small time we have, the small time we have is just to sleep because I like it sleep. So for people like me who work with two time zones, the US and West Africa, you see that I work almost all around the clock, all around the clock. If when you are sleeping, that's when I'm having a class with the guys in the US. When you are waking up, that's when I'm actually like going to work. So and we have a project that we're implementing for the federal government of Nigeria. You have to interface with the mentors and everyone else. I have a team. Lovely young people who are actually working as data analysts. You've met Chidima, you've met a couple of them too. So these are really wonderful. These are really wonderful. We also newly acquired a business, and for the first time we worked with the 3MTT, which is a 3 million technical talent program fellows in Nigeria, those who are resident in Cross River State. We've worked with them to build a new company from scratch. So now we are in the implementation stage. So if you are in Calabar, we recently got a space in Calabar, Cross River State in Nigeria. And last week or 2 weeks ago, we are trying to also set up a place in Uganda. Gradually, we are, coming, making that dream come true. So if you're in Calabar, we have a workspace, we have an entrepreneurship hub. We are trying to build a tech hub. You could come in there. Internet is going to be available, electricity. So we're hoping that we start operations as fast as we can. So doing all of these things, right, and still being here in class with you, I just want you to appreciate everything that we teach you here, and make sure that you don't take it for granted. See, my voice is tiny, but I still care about you, and I just have to hear. And one last thing I want to say before I share my screen is, I don't know if I mentioned it here. My favorite subjects, I want to reiterate this. My favorite subjects back in the day was physics. Physics was my favorite subject. Physics was my favorite subject. And because it was my favorite subject, alongside mathematics, of course, and chemistry, those STEM subjects and technical drawing, I can't forget that because I studied mechanical engineering first degree. I I discovered that it was easier for me to understand the concepts of anything. So I now I can talk about Archimedes principles. I can talk about Pythagoras theorems. I can talk about Kepler, Copernicus. I can talk about Isaac Newton. I can talk about most of those people because I didn't just read about their laws or study them like Albert Einstein, E equals to MC square. I didn't just read about these things and memorize them. I went to the library as a student. I read about the life of Albert Einstein. I still have books of Albert Einstein with me. I read about Kepler, Copernicus. I read about Pythagoras. And when I ended up in my degree studying psychology, philosophy, I still came across the pre-Socratic philosophers, those who talked about reality, right? And Pythagoras said the world is made up of numbers, and from that, the world is made up of numbers. We now have mathematicians who've built the computers to understand that world of numbers, zeros and ones. So I am saying this because as you are learning Microsoft Excel or tech generally or anything related to technology, do not, I repeat, do not memorize any of those this is not like your high school or secondary school. You can, you could just have it at the back of your mind that to calculate for sum is equals to sum bracket open. You put your values bracket close and you hit enter, right? But as you proceed in life, as you proceed to really use these things in life, it is important you remind yourself that you need to understand the concept, right? Why are we using some and not any other thing, right? Why? What are the things that make this thing come together? For instance, let me ask you guys this question, and I have a gift for the person that give me the near to the correct answer, probably what I consider to be the a better response. So the question is this: why do you think in Microsoft Excel, when we want to insert a formula, we start the formula with equals to? Why? Anybody? I'll read the comments. Don't go online to do any browsing. I'm looking at you with my two eyes. I'm reading the comments. Can you guys see hear me? I want responses to that question. Why do you think in Microsoft Excel we start everything with equals to? Okay, Price Cam says because that's the language Excel understands. Okay, nice. Who else? To prompt Excel that we want to perform a calculation. All right, that's a good one. That's a good one. All right. To format the function. Okay. Because Excel is in ones and zeros. Okay. Okay. It's a symbol that gives command to Excel for calculation purposes. Okay. Because we have the FX sign already. Okay. Excel has been programmed to see such as an equation. Okay, nice, nice. That's because it's programmed that way. That's an order. Okay, because it's for formulas. It's because okay. Uh, is because there might be more than one formula to input. Eventually, um, we want the final answer for all the formula, which is okay. Because it's for formulas, it is a symbol that prompts a function sign, okay? It makes Excel to recognize it as a function prompt. In computing formulas to validate that operation, that symbol is used, and also since Excel only deals with ones and zeros, okay? All right, okay. All right, these are all beautiful responses. These are all beautiful responses. I'll allow you guys to think about why. If you remember in mathematics, you have a number followed by a mathematical symbol, followed by maybe plus or minus or division or any of those things, then followed by another number or variable, and then followed by the equals to sign, and then followed by the answer. Right? The thing is that the reverse is the case for Microsoft Excel. For Microsoft Excel, you have the equals to symbol. And funny enough, a lot of you use equals to symbol. You can also use the plus sign, in case you are not aware. You can also use the plus sign. We are so used to the equals to sign. That is equals to sum bracket open, the variables bracket close. Try the same thing with the plus sign. You see it works almost the same way. Okay. So the reverse is the case for Microsoft Excel. For the reverse is the case for Microsoft Excel, generally speaking. Is because when you input the equals to sign before you type anything, Excel understands. All right. Excel is programmed to understand that to understand that you want to perform a function. But when you put the equals to after two numbers of variables in mathematics, like 2 plus 2 equals to 4, right? What you are doing in mathematical principles is that you are telling the numbers that you want to perform a solution, right? You want to perform a solution. The plus sign is you are having a problem. 2 plus 2 is a problem. The moment you insert equals to, you are using a mathematical function that sends a message to the question that there's a solution that is ready. The reverse is the case for Excel, right? Excel tells you that for you to have that solution, you need to start your mathematical equation with equals to. So I hope that one is clear. You could read up on more reasons why this is the case. Like I said, it's important that you all understand why anything is used rather than just memorizing these Excel functions. All right, so let me share my screen and let's get to it. So you guys said you stopped at charts. Have you treated drop downs? Treated drop downs?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. And have you treated pivot tables?
Yes, we did.
All right. Have you treated joints?
No, sir.
You've not treated joints.
No, we haven't.
No, we have.
So you stopped at pivot tables.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir. Yes, sir.
All right. So let's proceed and talk about joints. But before I begin, I hope there is no question from yesterday's class. Is there any question from yesterday's class I need to be aware of? Any question? Please help me check the comment section. Any question from yesterday's class?
Somebody is asking if you can do the drop down one more time, but everybody else is saying no
Um,
question.
who is that person? Please ask that person. Are you in the premium group?
Adobe OKK is saying if you can do the.
Is that person in the premium group, please? If
I don't
yes,
know.
I'll repeat. Are you in the premium group? Can you answer that question? If not, you can watch the recording. Since everyone is saying yes, 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 you can watch the recording.
Sir, they are saying you should reverse or you should repeat pivot table as well as drop down. Couple other people are saying you should revisit the pivot tables as well as drop down. Yeah.
Okay. So let's do it this way then. Let's do something this way. I'm going to continue the class, right? Then maybe 30 minutes before the time, I'm going to go back to repeat one of those things. Is that a deal? I will continue the class. If we have time towards the end, I'll repeat. I'll repeat every other thing. Does that make sense?
Yes, sir, it does.
Yes, I do.
All right. So now let's look at the drop downs. And there are two ways. Sorry, let's look at joins. There are two ways to join things in Microsoft Excel. I know of two. The first is called concatenation. Concatenation. Concatenation method. The second is called ampersand. Ampersand method. Okay. So for the concatenation method, remember this, we have first name column, we have the last name column. Then you are asked to combine these two columns together. So normally this is how it's supposed to appear. It's supposed to appear the last name first, comma, which is JC, right? Comma, and then David, right? And then the full name. How is it going to appear? You can tell me the full name.
Jesse David without the comma.
No, the rest of you are not talking. Maybe I should replace you with some other people who would give me responses, please. Who spoke the last time?
So are you talking about the formula?
Chidima.
Who spoke the
Sir, we are
last
with
time?
you.
Chidima.
Huh?
Well,
I
two.
spoke the last time. Chidima Obiagumo.
Paul, are you in this? Are you on this call?
Yes, I am.
Why are you quiet? Oluwabomi,
Yes, sir.
Tracy,
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
why are you guys quiet? You know I can't look at the
I've been
comments if
talking.
I'm teaching.
Talking about the formula for the full name.
Mary,
Yes, sir.
So are you talking
What
about
are
the formula for the full
what
name
are you doing?
cell?
I'm chewing my plantain chips.
Okay, thank you. Too well, huh? Precious,
Yes, sir. Happy Sunday.
are you are you in class?
Yeah, yes, sir. Much. That's
So our full name is going to be David JC, and the other one is going to be JC, comma David. Do you understand?
yes, sir.
So we
Sir,
are
but
going
that was
to
what I
have,
said earlier.
No, that was not what you
yes,
said.
that's what is JC.
Mhm.
So you remember your job is to make your analytical time shorter. If I have a hundred thousand data rows of data to clean, you are not going to be typing and typing and typing and typing, right? You have to. It is important that you learn how to use formulas to solve everything. So I'm going to use a formula to insert the same thing that we talked about. So first thing first, we say equals to concat, concat. Can someone read what it says for concat?
Concatenates a list or range of text
Of test
strings.
strings.
Exactly. So basically, you are expected to concatenate, meaning to put two things, two variables together. We're going to have equals to concat, bracket open. So it's telling you text one, comma, dot, dot, dot. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
So what is our text one?
JC, David, you
JC,
asking?
exactly.
Just
JC is going to be our text one. And after that, you say it tells you to put a comma. So watch and see. Immediately I put a comma, you are going to see text two. Let's do it. Comma. Can you see that?
yes,
Text
yes,
two.
sir.
Yes,
So
sir.
what is our text? What is our text two?
David.
David.
David. Exactly. When you are done, bracket close. Then you hit enter. But there is a problem. Something is missing. Who can tell me? What is that
The
thing that's
comma.
missing? The
Space,
comma
space,
and
space.
The
space.
space.
Exactly. When you put someone's last name, you put a comma, you have to put a space, isn't it?
Yes,
Yes.
So this is how it's supposed to be. JC, comma, then a space, and then David, isn't it? That's how
yes,
it's supposed to be.
Yes, sir.
But I want to tell you something. Do you remember those times when you were typing in Microsoft Word and then you put a full stop twice and then you now put another thing, you type something else? You see that there will be an underline to show you that something is wrong. Let's say you put space, you hit space 3 times. You are going to see an underline that's going to tell you that there is something wrong. Have you guys experienced something like that?
That's
yes,
true, sir.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
Now, in Microsoft Excel, unfortunately, you are not going to see that type of space, right? Microsoft Excel does not work that way. The software doesn't work that way. The software is not going to tell you that there is no comma, there's no space, because it is not a software that is meant for grammar. Remember, it is a mathematical based, statistical based software. It's not a software that is based on English or on grammar, generally speaking. So it's not going to give you that underline. But you need to know when you are working on Microsoft Excel, you now need to treat every single thing you input into your Excel sheet as a character, as a what? As a character. So your comma is going to be treated as if it is a valid character like JC and David, right? A space is going to be treated as if it's a valid character. But unlike JC and David, a comma and a space, these characters are not part of the formulas. That's why you see when we were working, you saw text one, comma, text two. This person, where are you? Waiting you the cook now. Waiting the cook. Precious, where are you? Today class they enter kitchen.
It's, let me fix it
Obaka,
actually.
what? Talk to me. Talk to me.
Let me fix it. It's my apartment guys, but let me fix it. Let me change my position.
All right. Those who are asking me to zoom out, I've zoomed out, and I will encourage you to use a laptop or zoom out from your own end as well. Can you hear me?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
So we are going to do
Yes,
this again.
sir.
This time around, we are going to treat every single thing as a character, including the space and the comma. So we're going to try equals to concat, bracket open. The text one is JC, okay? Comma. You see text two. Now a comma and a space, these are not text. Guys, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, we can see you.
So anything
Please.
that is not a text that is supposed to be a text in Microsoft Excel, anything that is not a text, but you want Excel to understand it as a text, what you are going to do is you are going to put that thing in inverted commas. Now, understand the concept of inverted commas, because I know that some of you are already sending us messages that you want to enroll for the data analysis class for next month. But when you get into that class, maybe you start learning about Python programming, you want to learn how to build products on your own, or at least you have a fair knowledge of how tech works generally using data analysis or data science or software engineering. For those of you who may be interested, you'll be coming across a lot of commas, a lot of bracket opens, a lot of quotations, a lot of double quotes, single quotes. Now, because your foundation with me was good, you are not going to ask stupid questions like, why do we have double quotes? Why do we have single quotes? Right? There are going to be stupid questions then because you didn't pay attention to class. But now you understand, why do we put double quotes? So we are going to put double quotes, and then we put that comma, and then we close it with another quote. Now look, watch and see. I'm going to insert another comma. Did you see that Excel now puts text 3? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
Sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, we are with you, sir.
But you and I know that comma is not a text. Abi, comma is not a text now. If it's a text,
That's so, sir.
we would have been speaking comma English. Like, oh, I'm gonna be talking to David and JC, comma Peter. That's how we'll be speaking. But comma is not, it's not part of the textual I don't know what to say, but it's not a text in English language. But we want Excel to understand it as a text. And how do we tell Excel that? We remember your job is to know how to manipulate these things. How do we tell Excel that? By putting it in inverted commas. And the moment we put it in inverted commas, we put our comma, Excel says, oh, I got you, I got you. And then it tells us, do you want to insert text 3? And we say yes. So our text 3 is going to be space. Remember, we have last name, comma, we have a space before first name. So we are going to put that space again in inverted commas. So I'm going to put my inverted commas, the first one, then I'm going to hit my space button. I'm going to close it again. That's my space right there. And then I'm going to put my comma. And then we now see text 4. Now text 4 is now going to be our first name, which is David. And then we close it with a bracket close, and then we hit enter. Can you see that now? Now we have JC, comma David. You can now drag all the way down. Can you see that? So when you are given a data set, millions of rows or hundred of rows or 1,000 rows, you don't need to be typing JC David South, comma Emmanuel. How many hours are you going to use to type? You even type now, go type, put your enemy name, go put your ex-girlfriend or boyfriend. Meanwhile, Meanwhile, you are tired. They don't send you that kind of work. So for you to be on the safer part, make sure you use formulas, functions like concat. So my assignment for you today, guys, is go and read on the ampersand method. There are two methods to solve this problem: concatenation, which is what we just did, and then the ampersand method. Go find out how can we use the ampersand method. The ampersand method is this one called the use of this thing here is called ampersand. All right, that is it. Any question on the last name, first name? I hope everyone is clear on how I arrived at that. Everybody's clear on how I arrived at that. I'm not hearing any response. This
Yes,
my
sir.
life feel like
Yeah.
saying
Yes,
Also,
sir.
sir.
it's
We
like
are
I'll
reading
be
the
asking.
comments.
So we are
Okay,
clear. But some people in the comments are not clear.
all right. I'm gonna try that again. I always encourage you guys. If you're attending an online class, please don't sit on your bed. Don't sit on your bed. I don't know who they come visit to now on Sunday. Don't sit on your bed. Please stand up. Find a proper place. You take this thing serious. Find a proper place. Get a stool or something. Sit down. Take your laptop. You get serious. You go there bed. They attend class. Small time now. You don't start to the snore. Yes, stand up. You. I'm talking to you. Stand up from your bed, please. You are looking at me. Put on your flip flops. Stand up. And if you have your husband, this is not the time for husband and wife. This is time for class. Let her be, huh? Please.
Dr. Victor.
So I'll repeat this thing again, last time, and I'm going to explain it one step by step. So I told you that we have first name, we have first name, we have last name. You are told to put first name first, right? Sorry, you are told to put the last name, comma, and first name. So normally this is how it's supposed to be: JC, comma, David, isn't it? And then the
Yes,
full
sir.
name here is going to be what? David.
David
It's
Jesse.
going to be David Jesse.
Definitely.
So, but we can't go ahead and be typing these one after the other because we can end up making mistakes, isn't it? So we say anytime you come across this problem, please use the concatenation method. And how does that work? Put your equals to, put concat, bracket open. It's telling you to put your first text. Our first text here is what? JC, comma. Our second text is what? David. Then bracket close. This is a simple function. We hit enter. And then I said, oh, there's a problem because there is no comma, there's no space. It's supposed to be JC, comma, space, and then David. This is how it's supposed to be. So we are going to solve that problem. And one way we are going to solve that problem is to treat the comma to be a character or a text and treat the space to be a text. And how are we going to do that? We are going to do that by manipulating the function. And how are we going to manipulate this function? To say concat, bracket open, our last name, comma. Remember, we are supposed to put a comma, right? JC, comma, space, and then the first name. But there is nothing like comma, right? We have text one, and then we have text two. So for us to tell Excel to treat anything that we are putting in as a text, we are going to put it in inverted commas. So we're going to put our first inverted commas, and then we put that comma, we close it with another one, and then we put another comma. The moment we put another comma, Excel now understands that the comma have been understood to be what? Text 2. Now it's telling us to insert text 3, which is already highlighted there. And we know that for us to put the text 3, which is the space, remember we have last name, comma, and then a space before first name. So we're going to put that space in inverted commas. We're going to put inverted commas again. We hit my space button on the keyboard and another inverted commas. Remember, to end a function or to end a value, you need to put your comma again. The moment we did that, text 4 appeared. That means that Excel has understood that what we did previously, that is a space, have been understood to be a text 3. And what is our text 4? Our text 4 is what? The first name, which is David. You simply choose David and bracket close. Please, the comment section republic. You now understand? You understand now? Do they all understand now? So when you are
Yes.
done, you just hit enter, and that's it. Right. Anybody that doesn't understand now, please, I recommend you go for deliverance. I know if you do pass this one, or you rewatch the recording. Now let's look at first name. So we are supposed to have equals to concat. So first name is what? David. And comma, last name is what? JC. Bracket close. We hit enter. Oh, there's a problem again. It's supposed to be David space JC. So who can tell me how do I turn this to this? Who wants to try? Those who are live, who wants to try?
So I want to try.
I
Hello.
want to try, sir.
So
I want to try.
let's go ahead.
Equal to
Uh-huh.
equal to concat,
Uh-huh.
open brackets.
Uh-huh.
Dave, David, that's A6, comma,
A6.
double quotes,
Uh-huh.
space, double quotes, comma, then B6, close bracket, enter.
All right. Double quote, comma, then B6. Super. Formidable. You see that? Okay, let's get a little bit serious. Let's open a bigger data set. All right. Can you see my screen?
Yes, I can see.
So what can you see? Tell me, what can you see?
Company
Yes, sir.
valuation date,
Different data, company valuation,
different
dates,
data,
industry,
variables,
IT,
Okay.
why
Did
country.
you
different
guys
copy one.
have you guys created tables?
Yes, we did
All
that
right, so
yesterday.
good. Now, since you treated tables, I need us to put this data set in a table. How do I do that? It is important. You
By
cannot work with a data set like this if you don't put it in tables. So how can we do that?
do that by highlighting the data sets, like everything.
How do I do that? You are telling me. How do I do that?
Oh, um, go to A1 and then right click and drag to highlight the entire
Wow.
data set.
A1.
Alternate shifts plus HO1.
No. To highlight everything, my people. I'll end this
Control
class.
A.
Okay.
Control A. Why do you
A.
like suffering? I'll go to this one and be dragging. What is your name? The dragging queen. What's your name?
Chidima.
Why do you like suffering, Chidima? Do you like suffering?
No, I don't.
It's simple. Control A. It highlights everything on the data set. And after that, what next?
You go to
After
insert.
highlight, go to insert, then locate tables under inserts.
Okay. That's the one she taught you.
Yes.
All right. So now here the one I'm going to teach you. To insert a table, Control A and Control T, this dialog box is going to come out. Then it's going to ask you, my table has headers. Make sure it's checked. Then click on OK. Viola, that's it. Now, when you are done, you press alternate shift HOI, which is going to organize your table. Is this not fast enough?
Sir, please come again.
Very fast
Oh,
and simple.
hallelujah. But you people say you treated tables yesterday now. These are I performed only 3 steps. Control A, Control T, alternate shift HOI. This is how this data was looking. Let me undo. Can you see how unclean it is? It's not this is how it looks. Are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Normally
sir,
I'm
with you.
Sir.
Normally, I'm
Yes, sir.
supposed to come and be dragging according to the suffering queen. Be dragging, be dragging. When I finish dragging, I'll now come and highlight. Right? So I say, I have suffered enough in this life. Technology should limit my suffering, not increase it. So, first step, Control A. Second step, Control T. Control A, Control T, and OK. And third step, alternate shift HOI. And everything is organized for you. If you scroll down, you see there is no column that is into another column. You can see everything as we scroll down. Are you not seeing it?
Sir.
Hello?
We can see it, sir. We can see it, sir.
Yes, sir. We
It's
can
cool.
see it.
All right. So now, this is what I want you guys to do. You come over here. I'm going to highlight this. Insert columns to the left, which is a new column. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to remove this, and then I'm going to just put city, comma, country. Now I want to concatenate this column and this column. Who can take me through it? Quickly, quickly, quickly.
I can.
All
I
right, let's
can.
go.
I can.
Let's
Equal
go.
to
Equals to
concat,
concat.
concat,
Mm-hmm.
open bracket, E, E2, comma,
Mm-hmm.
double quotes, space, double quotes, comma,
Mm-hmm.
F2, close the bracket.
All right, something is missing in that formula. Who can tell me? Look at your column title.
The comma.
That's all the trick you need there. Something is missing. I said city, comma, and country. If I hit enter here, you see, have you seen what is happening there? You ended up putting the city and the country together. There's no differentiation. Beijing, China. Beijing is a city, China is a country. Who can correct this mistake?
Sir, I can.
All right. So let's go. Correct it. Mm-hmm.
equals to concat,
Uh-huh.
open bracket, e2, comma, double quotes, comma, another double quotes, then comma again,
Am I again?
double quotes, space, double quotes, comma, f2, close the bracket and hit enter.
Super. Perfect. I see the difference now. What's your name?
Sir Chidima.
Ah, Chima. I need to send you to Ned Okonkwo. Well done. Any question? Do you see how we use this thing in real time? So I can come over here and delete these two columns because I don't need them anymore. Isn't it?
Did you say you can delete them and you don't need them anymore, sir?
Yes.
Okay, and it won't affect the operation. Will just affect performed now.
Let's try it and see.
Okay, sir.
Yes, it will affect it. So we have to leave it. However, I think when you are working with Power Query Editor, that is Advanced Excel, I will be able to delete it without it affecting any operation.
Okay.
But on this, I think I have to leave it like this.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Any question? No question. Let's proceed. So we are done with joins. Now we are going to if statement. Did you guys treat if statements? Okay, we are not done. There's
No,
something
sir.
down here. There's something down here. It's actually an assignment. If you want to check today's date, okay, today's date, today's date, the formula is equals to what? Today, bracket open and close. If you want to check the time, the formula equals to what? Now, bracket open and close. So let's use it. If I want to say equals to today, bracket open and close and hit enter. Can you see? It's giving me today's date. Let's say equals to now, bracket open and close. It's going to give me the time, today's date and the time. I think in your version of Excel, what should happen is going to tell you just the time. So by my time is 9:18. If you check your date, you'll probably see some of you are already in the future. Maybe you are on the 4th of, on the 11th of March already. So that is it. Now the assignment is to combine these two things together, right? To combine the dates, you have to combine using the ampersand function, combine the date column and time. So if you look at this tip, I gave you guys a tip here to help you out. Stands for month, DD stands for day, YYY stands for year. If you put YY only two, not YYYY, you are going to have the year, which is 2024, but it's going to appear 24 alone. But YYYY is going to give you 2024. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. So your job is to combine it this way. Make today's dates. I want you to put it this way. That's going to be your assignment. Please, those in the premium group, drop them in your chat. I will be sending you an email where you can send your assessments too, so that we can record them. Don't forget, guys, we don't just dash certificates or recommendations or all of these things to students. You must be able to submit your assessments and your projects and to qualify for all of those specs. And it's strictly for those in the premium group. Those who are attending the free sessions, you have no problem. If you are here to learn, you are good to go. But please, I see some of you sending me messages, and I check you are not in the premium group. You don't send me messages. Don't send anyway. Chidima is only in the premium group. Don't send me messages, especially. Uh, I'm not going to respond to you. You see how my voice is so thin. I am one of, for instance. I'll need to know that you are serious about your learning as well. So let's move to if statements. Okay. Now, if statements are very, very important. They are very, very. They belong to conditional statements. Conditional statements. So I'm going to say introduction to conditional functions. Conditional functions. Chidima, are you here?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I want to use you an example. Do you mind?
No, I don't. Carry on.
All right. So who else is there? I need a single guy this time around. Any single person here? Okay, they know they. When I don't marry, finish. Any married person here?
Yes,
What's your name, please?
Paul.
All right, Paul. So we have Paul and Chidima. Now let's start from you, Paul. Paul, how long ago have you been married?
4 years.
Is the love still fresh, or you gonna need to?
Very much still fresh.
All right. So tell me, Paul, uh, what are the qualities in a woman that appeals to you?
Well, beauty, number one.
What?
Beauty, number one.
Beauty.
And
Okay.
beauty, a show of kindness.
Kindness. Okay.
Those are the two basic. Anyway.
Two basics. Paul, you don't like the person if the person is short or tall. If the person have a BBL bum bum. If the person be very real with me. Give
No,
me
no,
you
no.
are married.
Well,
Mention
well, I really
things.
do not mind about those things.
Okay, you don't mind. So
Yes,
these
I don't.
are for you. The person must be beautiful and kind.
Yes.
Okay. The person must not know how to cook or iron your clothes or do any must not
Those
be
are not the
domestic.
basic. Huh? No, those are not the basic anyway.
All right. Now tell me, so these are the things that made you attracted you to your wife.
Yes.
Okay, beauty and kindness. All right, good. Now let's look at the things that um, don't attract you to anyone. Like this one's turn you off.
Hello?
Yes, this one's turn you off. Can you mention them?
Sorry, your line is breaking. I don't know if I'm from my side or yours.
Can you hear me, everyone? Can you?
I think it's from Mr. David's side. It's also breaking.
Yes, we can hear you, but it's cracking a little.
Okay. Is it clear now?
Yes, it's clear.
Yeah, much
All right.
better.
Did you get my question?
No, no, I didn't.
So I'm saying thank you for sharing. But what are the things that trip you off? Red flags.
Lousiness.
Lousiness. Okay. And what?
Probably bad character. So I don't know if lousiness is inside the bad character anyway.
Yes. Mention
Lousiness.
something else.
This is just the one I can remember now, please.
Okay, lousiness. You're a very interesting person, Paul.
Yes, I am.
Chidima, your turn. Give me something single people will say. Paul is married. I understand.
Okay. What I like or what appeals to me in a man or a guy. Number one, dress sense.
Dress sense. Okay. What else?
Um, if he's hardworking or lazy.
Which one I could choose now?
Hardworking.
Hardworking. You know, Yahoo people are hardworking too. I hope you know.
It's not easy now. But
I
no,
don't
not
need.
Yahoo guy.
Give me one more.
You say?
Give me one more.
Okay, one more. Good breath. Good mouth odor. Good mouth. Good breath.
Okay. Mouth hygiene. Okay. No problem. So, Chima, you don't like tall, handsome, rich, Igbo, outside Yoruba. You don't like those.
I like tall
But
guys. I
those
don't even
ones
know Steph.
matter your,
Just
those
come
ones don't
correct
matter
in
your
general.
personality. Normally, class, if I ask
Like,
ladies
line
or
is breaking so bad. I can't hear you.
okay, just give me a sec. Let me.
Please, can you guys hear Mr. David? Because I can't hear him.
The line is bad. Like that's the same result we're getting from yes.
Can you guys hear me now?
Yes, sir.
Yes, much
Much.
better.
Yes, it's better now.
Okay. So, see what Tracy is saying. A lady, what is her ideal man? And they don't mention any of these things. God fearing is always the last one. Tracy, you put God fearing for middle, which is okay, still strange. Handsome, they always there, rich, intelligent, hardworking, very caring, Igbo, Hausa, Yoruba, Isekiri, Edo, Botswana. The person must be white person or black, tall. In fact, sometimes when I'm asking some of my friends, Americans, they are very detailed about these things. Like, Nigerian babes, when I see they learn work, a typical American, I mean, like the ones I've been interacting with, they will tell you the exact height of the person they want to date, how much, how much you must be making per hour, right? Right? They don't really care about cars because literally everyone has them. They don't really care about iPhones. Those ones now, Niger babe things. They will need
So it's not any Niger
car.
babe,
They
but
need house
don't
rent.
generalize
Then
it.
uh-huh. But again, if you are well traveled, cars and iPhones or what some material things, they are not really, if they use those ones, they follow woman for Nigeria. Yeah. But when you enter some places, everybody get iPhone. Wait till you want talk, everybody get car. What are you going to say? Right? Right. So, and this specificity is really important for the example I'm going to be showing. Choma says extremely romantic. That's very nice. Extremely. Flower for morning, for afternoon, for night. Like one big white carry flower go give you. Let me get some flowers at the mall. Ah, you sick, you say, "My bring flower." Nigerian babe no go bill you. I say, no problem, just flowers. Are you sure? Say, yeah, I just need some flowers. I've been so down for the whole of today. No wahala. I enter now, go shatter flowers. Right? It was so sweet. Extremely romantic. So, Choma, that's you. So, Chidima, let's look at the things that piss you off. Let's look at the things that piss you off. Can you guys see hear me? I hope it's not like cracking
Yes,
now.
yes, we are
Yes,
with you.
it's fine now.
Okay. Chidima, let's go.
Disrespect for women.
Okay, disrespect. So the person fit disrespect men, no wahala. I dey look you.
Just disrespect in general.
Okay,
Controlling.
okay. Controlling. In what aspects? Because you get places where you go enter, that controlling is very important. So in what aspect?
Yes. Let's say, um not just wanting to hear your own point of view, always wanting to his own point of view. If you don't do it his way, it's a problem. That's
Okay,
aspect. Yeah.
okay. Are you talking about your ex? And what's the last one?
No, I'm not talking.
What's the last one?
Okay, the last one is
Uh,
not God fearing, like doesn't have a personal relationship with God or doesn't even believe that God exists.
Okay, religious unbelief. I don't know. This controlling, I'm still trying to find the right word for it. Is it
Yeah.
domineering or egoistic? There's a better word
I
for
think
it.
we should put it as egoistic.
Okay, religious unbelief or something.
Unbelief, not religious, unbelief.
Unbelief. Okay, unbelief. I hope you guys see where
well,
I decided to edit this one. So Chidima, that means if I have a good dress sense, I'm hardworking, I have no mouth hygiene, I'm good to go. I can be broke, but with a good dress sense, with
So
mouth
I just
hygiene.
mentioned some, not everything. My this thing is
Okay.
too many
Oh,
for us to mention now.
okay. I understand. Be like they don't reach 100. Hallelujah. Okay, now let's look at the if statements. The if statement works in such a way that we're going to say, if you have a good dress sense, you are hardworking, you have mouth hygiene, then true. But if you are disrespectful, if you are controlling, if you have a high sense of unbelief, then false. I'm going to write that down. It says, if you have a good dress sense and so on, then what? True. Then if you are disrespectful, then false. I'm taking this gradually. Do you understand what I just did now?
yes.
If you
Yes.
Yes,
have a
sir.
good dress sense, if you are beautiful, if you are kind, then oh my God, I love you. Right? You are the one for me. But if you are disrespectful, you are lousy, you are controlling, you have a high sense of, oh my God, I don't need you in my life, then false. So I am going to come over here and I'm going to put it this way. Chidima. So I have Chidima. I have Paul. So Chidima says dress sense, right? Paul says what? Beauty. Again, Chidima at the point said what? She also mentioned disrespect, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then she mentioned Chidima again. She mentioned, what else did she mention? Controlling. Controlling. Okay, I'm going to use Chidima for an example here. So I'm going to use Chidima throughout. And unbelief. So let's say Chidima goes to a party and she sees all of these people. Hmm? She sees someone with a good dress sense. The person, she sees another person with a high sense of unbelief. She sees disrespect. She sees controlling. Now, this is how our if statement is going to be like. I'm going to say equals to if. So can someone read what if says? What does it say there?
Checks whether a condition is met and returns one value if true and another if false.
Mhm. All right. It checks
That's all.
whether a condition is met and returns one value if it is true. What is our logical test? Our logical test here is Chidinma, comma. What is our value if true? Guys, are you guys following
Make
me?
less sense.
Yeah,
Yeah, it makes
that's
sense.
sense.
And then our value if false is the rest of those
Disrespect.
ones. It's respect, blah, blah, blah. Do you understand what I'm doing here, please?
Hmm.
Following, sir.
Yes.
Let me
Yes, sir.
check if there are questions. Okay, Tracy. Tracy doesn't like a nagging guy, disrespectful, terrible liar. Uh, Tracy, are you a Nigerian or you are Ugandan? Hello, guys. Can you still hear me?
Yes, you can hear.
Yes, sir.
All right. Can you see my screen?
No,
Oh,
No.
no.
yes.
Not yet.
Are you guys following this class? Do you understand the concepts and every other thing?
Yeah.
Can you see my screen now?
Yes.
Loading.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So I have men. These are Chidima's men. And then I'm going to put here logical tests. So let's go again. We are going to say anybody that have a good dress sense. Chidima, do you want the person or not? Would you love to have the
Yes.
person or not? Yes, true, right?
Yes, true.
And unbelief, would you want the person or not? False. Disrespect, false. Controlling, domineering, false. Egoistic, false. So we are going to stick anything that is dress sense. We are going to say, I want you, right? So we're going to say, if bracket open, anything on under men, right? Anything under men. It wasn't cheating, man, right? The logical test is anything, because that's what you are testing. Anything under men. If that thing equals to, quote, dress sense, you can go ahead and type every other thing that you want to type. So you can say, if that thing equals to dress sense, beauty, that is dress sense, quotes, comma, beauty. You can list everything that you want your man or woman to have. You can say, if that thing equals to that thing, if X equals to Y, therefore true. But if it is not equals to Y, then every other thing is false. Guys, are you following me?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So if L13 equals to dress sense, quote, comma, then we want it to be, what is the value if true? You want it to
Yes.
be what? True.
True.
The value if false, you want it to be false. Then you close your bracket and you hit enter. Let's drag down and see if it will work. Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
I'm going to try another example. I'm going to say this time around, if this, sorry, if bracket open, this equals to dress sense, then the value if true, this time around I want to put let me try something and see. Value if false, it's not going to work. Now there's a way I want to put this. Let me see if this will work with this operation. Oh, I'm going to have to use, okay, it worked. I'm going to drag down. See, can you see that?
Mm. Yes, sir.
I don't know if you guys are following this.
Yeah, we are following you, sir.
All right. Any question on this particular example?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I noticed the first logical test you did, you didn't have to put the inverted commas for the true and false.
Yes,
And
because true and false is part of the Excel functions. Now, man, you
oh,
be. Now, who program now, man, you be inside software?
okay, okay.
It's because I just had to manipulate it. Remember, if you understand the formula, you can manipulate it. If you don't understand, you can't do shit.
Yeah,
Mm.
that's
Yeah,
true.
true.
Thank you.
It's because I understand that true and false is already programmed in the software, so I didn't need to put any double quotes. But if I want to play with the whole thing, right? If I want to, I can just insert anything, but it has to be in a double, in the inverted commas. So now that we understand this, let's look at. You've already known how this works. Let's look at when you have uh, numbers. When you have numbers, This is all text, isn't it? Let's look at when you have numbers. Do you remember one time that when you are asked to choose? Okay, 2 days ago, I was applying for a grant with my friend in Zimbabwe. Is building a very big, massive youth hub in his country, in his community, Matubo community in Zimbabwe. So we're applying for a grant to IREX. IREX is an implementing body of the US Exchange Alumni Association where I belong. So we have opportunities to get thousands of dollars in grants every year, maybe quarterly. And I've discovered that when we were trying to work on the budget was okay. Let me give you a fictional amount. The budget was let's say what's okay, $20,000. So they say you can't. Then now there's a place in the budget that had something like amounts requested from IREX. Okay, amount requested from IREX. So we in our budget we had over the budget. So we had something like 20. We had something like 21,345, something like this. So when it came for us to insert those values, so it showed something like this. It showed something like this: amount above uh, grant money. So we had to now go back to our budget, and then ended up we ended up having a lesser amount, which was like 19 345, and only then did that particular place accept the values we put in there. I don't know if I'm making sense. I'm trying to teach you guys how some of these things work,
Hmm.
not just formulas. Do you understand me?
Yeah, application.
So 20,000 is the amount that these guys are willing to give for the 20,000 is the amount that they are willing to give us for the grant. But when we were working on our budget, we ended up putting $21,345 in the budget. Now, when we went to the application to impute this budget, this thing came up automatically. It was not there before.
Hmm.
The moment we inserted 21,345, this thing came up, amount above grant money. So it didn't accept it. We
Hmm.
had to now rework on the budget, and then we ended up having a lesser amount, 19,000. The moment we put 19,000 where we had 21,000 before, it accepted, and this didn't come up. Do you understand me?
Yes,
Anyone
sir.
understand?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. Now, that that is the whole idea behind conditional formatting or conditional statements. Conditional statement says you have a particular value. If that value is above X, therefore show Y. If it is below C, therefore show X. You see, any question on this? Because this understanding is very critical to you knowing how if statements work generally. Do you understand?
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir. The idea
Okay,
is not the
good.
working.
Now that you've understood the idea, let's proceed. So let's say you have a company, you have salaries, and then you have okay, you have staff, then you have salaries. So we have Chidinma, for instance. We have Paul. We have Joseph. I need two more names.
Precious.
Michael.
We have Precious. We have who?
Tracy.
Tracy. So let's say these are the salaries you guys are earning. Because Chidinma, she have cents. Let's say 50. Chidinma, do you have cents?
Yes, I have plenty sense.
50,000. For Paul, let's say 160. For Joseph, because he's been quiet, 20,000. For Precious, because he's busy, I don't know what the heck he's doing there, we'll give him 19,000.
My
Tracy has been,
classmates.
Tracy, has been, Tra- Tracy only talks. Tracy only talks when Tracy only talks when money is mentioned. So you cannot be pursuing money all the time. 10,000. So well, these are your salaries, right? And now I'm going to put this in what? I'm going to put this in dollars, for instance. Okay. So our if statements. Now, how does it work? How does it work? We are going to say anybody that is earning um above $15,000, the person should be put up for promotion. Sorry, for reviews. And if you are not, then you can be put on for promotions. Do you understand that question or that comment? Anybody earning above $15,000, let us review why are they earning above $15,000 or below. Sorry, I'm going to use below. Anyone earning below, okay, let me use $20,000. Anyone earning below $20,000, let's find out what is happening, right? And then anyone earning above 20,000, or let's say above 25,000, let us put them up for promotions. Maybe you see that back in the day, promotions were very automatic. You didn't need to like pay money for anything. When you've served in the civil service for a couple of years, the database will update. You will definitely see in the database that certain groups of people are due for promotion. Is there any of you that experienced something like this? True or false? It used to happen, right? When you
Yeah.
serve for 3 years, 5 years, the database have your date, they have your progress already. So it will automatically update at the 6th year when they are giving promotions. You don't need to like go pay money to be promoted. So that's what if statement. That's one example if statements can come in play. Guys, do you understand me?
I'm
Yes,
following,
sir.
Yes.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Mhm. So let's see how that example really works. So what we have here is we want to have reviews or promotion updates. That is what we are going to have here. Reviews or promotion updates. Can someone tell me how to work on this? We are going to be using if statement, but I want you guys to tell me how do I work on it? If anybody can tell me that person.
Hello.
Yes,
Yeah, please, you
let's
need to
go.
give us a figure. Is it less than 10,000, or what is the minimum
Less
benchmark?
less than $20,000.
Okay, we'll say if
Uh-huh. If should I put that if
sorry, I'm trying to remember again.
If
okay.
Y, okay, someone is talking.
I think if
If
Chidima
Y,
is
Open bracket, no.
you say if Y, I've written it.
Okay, can I try? Let's
Yes,
just
please try.
okay. Please delete the Y. We want to write an
Okay.
if function. Yeah, so if open bracket No, 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 not this if. Like there was an if that came up that you could have clicked. Sorry.
Okay, which one?
Yes, the one that is highlighted blue.
Okay.
Exactly. Thank you.
It's the
Then,
same thing, by the way, whether it's small letter or capital. But go
oh,
ahead.
okay. So if y5
Okay. Y5
um then is less than the,
is less than
to put our let here 20,000
20,000. Mm-hmm.
dollars, $20,000, comma
Uh-huh.
um we put the quotation mark to type review,
Reviews. Okay.
another quotation mark, then comma, um, quotation mark, promotion update.
No, just promotion.
Okay, then quotation mark again, then close the bracket,
Uh-huh.
then enter.
Okay. We're gonna drag down.
Okay,
Can you see that? So three people are due for promotion and two people are due for reviews. So now let's go to conditional formatting. I'm now going to come to conditional formatting, go to highlight cell rules, go to text that contains, then I'm going to type my reviews because I really want to be bold enough to see the reviews. Then I'm going to click on OK. So if we review your performance and we discover that Precious and Tracy, two of you are earning below 20,000, and we check that you are not performing well, we are going to sack you. Amen.
PIP, sir, performance improvement plan.
Exactly. Whatever that is, we sack you. Can you guys see how this thing works? Because normally, if we are supposed to be transparent, the technology is already there to help us. Precious and Tracy will now go and use their bottom power or their godfather power or their financial power or their spiritual power or their kombosoro power or their abido shaker power or their gargantuan gugusu power or whatever power they have to go and bribe so that they would promote them. Meanwhile, you are not earning above 20,000. So what that means is that because we can only pay a certain amount of people, you would see that Joseph is supposed to be due for promotion because Precious and Tracy have manipulated the system and bribed everything. You will now see that Joseph will be stuck on reviews instead of promotion. Does this thing happen in real life, or am I talking from a world of my own?
It does. It
Precious,
does.
I'm not saying that you would be Saku or you have bottom power or Tracy. This is just an example.
Yeah, we do stand.
Any question? Any question on this, please?
Um, yes, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so I had an experience, and it's just how the coloration came about, where the ones we had that had reviews colored.
Uh-huh.
Because I had an experience, I was filling a form sometime. Immediately, like once you type anything in that form, it will return with a color. I don't know how to explain it now. So it's like a
Okay.
form we're filling. So once you enter anything in a cell, once you impute anything in that cell, it will be highlighted with a color. And I think it's similar to what you just did now, but I really did not.
Yeah, that those cells have been conditionally formatted.
Okay.
They will conditionally format the cell.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. It's something you can learn as well.
All right.
Just go to ChatGPT and ask, how can I conditionally format my cell? Explain or give it a lot of grammar. Feed it with information. It will provide you how to do it.
Thank you.
Yeah. And sometimes, if you're applying for a grant, for instance, or you are applying for a scholarship, they boldly stated in that scholarship that they can only give scholarships to people from Uganda, Ghana, Nigeria, South Africa, and Egypt. But you are from Cameroon, Angola, and every other place. So before you now submit your application, you are going to see a dialog box. It's going to ask you to choose your country, and then because they have already programmed the system to accept applications from the accepted countries, or yeah, approved countries rather, you go and put did you guys treat drop downs? You guys treat drop downs?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Validation. Yeah.
exactly. Now, because the data have been already validated, don't forget, everything you are learning in Excel class moves from it intertwines, even in the advanced Excel section. By the way, the advanced class is going to be for only the premium group members. We are going to be having 2 weeks classes for that, and we'll be moving from StreamYard to Google Meet so that we can have everyone on the call. It's going to be a very serious class. I'm saying that because you will be thinking that because, okay, you were done with basic Excel, intermediate, so you are not going to be using some function again. You are not going to be combining the if statements, blah blah blah. You know, that's a dangerous thing for you to say or no. You are going to be combining so many formulas. In fact, there's a formula you are going to be combining as we proceed. It's going to occupy a very long line. Have to combine more than three formulas to actually achieve something. But understanding these things, I keep emphasizing this. Understanding these concepts is very, 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 very critical to your success in using Microsoft Excel. So there's no how you are going to click on submit on that application because your data have not been validated. You are not from Nigeria, Uganda, Ghana, South Africa, and Angola. You are from Egypt, you are from Ethiopia, you're from every. So the moment you put your country, it's not going to move to the next stage because you are not supposed to apply in the first place. This example I'm giving, does it make sense? Have you guys come across it before?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Chidima, are you still in this class? Paul, Nina, Joseph, are
Yeah,
you
I'm
guys still
here.
alive?
Yes.
Nina, is Nina here? Okay, Nina is not here. I'm throwing the
Yeah, I'm
person
here,
out.
Mr. David. Good afternoon.
You are just
I'm
talking.
here. I'm here.
Okay. All right. So, moving on. Of course, you know that when we talk about numbers, for instance, we can not just do promotion and reviews. We can also put it in writing. For instance, we can say if bracket open a logical test is less than 20,000, then if it's less than 20,000, then you can write less than 20,000. Can just write it. Okay. But if it is greater than 20,000, then you can write greater than or equal to 20,000. Okay. Then you hit enter. So you see, when you now drag down, say that. So two of them here are less than 20,000 and the rest are greater than 20,000. So I can give you a lot of examples to actually show you really what these what the if statements are all about. So anytime you are asked to look for a particular value, next week, no, not next week, this week, Sunday. If by the way, today it should be the last day we would send recordings to those outside the premium group. You must attend class if you can't afford to be in the premium group. Try to at least respect our time by attending your class. But if you know you are going to be busy, please I encourage you to join the premium group so that we can attend to you even within the week. And anytime some of us are free to look at the messages in the group, we can even have extra classes. So those in the premium group on Sunday, you are going to start working on your Excel projects. So we encourage you start making friends, start chatting with people, start working together when that time comes. Work as a group so that you can better understand how these things operate in real life. Okay. So our last thing that we're going to be doing today, so that I can maybe rest or something. Let's look at there's an assignment here. Solve for the following if statements. So I want you to say anywhere you see kettle, I want you to put true. Is that clear? Anywhere you see kettle, I want you to put true. So let's move over to VLOOKUP. Now, if you are serious about earning through Microsoft Excel, please let me write down some of the things that you will never escape from if you are ever going to, you want to make money using Excel, you want to be a data entry specialist and all of the career paths that are attached to proficiency in using Excel. You are not going to run away from these things I'm going to write down now. So you can write it down so that you make sure you study them, right? So one is pivot tables and charts. Second one is conditional statements, which include if statements, and the other one is lookup functions, which includes VLOOKUP, HLOOKUP, index match, index and then match and then index match, and XLOOKUP, okay, etc. Don't know how many of them are there now. Then conditional statements and what else? Analysis, like you have all the regression matrix. Of course, you know Power Query Editor will be part of it. Power Query Editor. Um, is anybody writing this, or I'm wasting my time? I should just don't bother.
So I'm writing it down. Oh, I am writing it down.
Regressional analysis, all of the topics I'm going to be talking about. So you can't escape from all of this. Conditional statements, we're looking at if statements, if, some if, count if, counter, etc. These are all some of the if statements you come across. Please write this down, read up about them. Those in the premium group, have Kasora sent you guys a Microsoft Excel textbook yet? Has she?
No.
No, not yet.
Okay, you can remind her we have so many textbooks that we are going to be sharing with you totally for free so that you can read up and do your personal research. So, Claire,
Mr. David, what about data referencing? Is it not supposed to be part of this?
data what?
Referencing, I'll be reference. Either of them.
Okay, what do you mean by data referencing?
I'll be asked to make a reference to a particular sheet or data set and
Yeah,
extract.
they all belong to lookup functions.
Okay.
We are going to be We are going to be looking at one lookup functions today, which is VLOOKUP. Guys, are we still in class?
Sir,
Yeah.
yes, sir,
Yes,
we are.
sir.
All right, so now let's look at VLOOKUP. Let's look at VLOOKUP quickly. Um, so let's say we have products and then we have sales. So give me a list of some products, some of your favorite products. Come on,
Books,
books. Okay. What
laptop,
type of what type of books? Let's be specific.
journal,
Okay. Journal, laptop, mhm,
pen,
pen,
fan,
fan,
table,
tables.
phone.
Who is mentioning all of this?
Chidima.
Chirima, okay. You forget your favorite here. So now let's look at journal. We can put random values, random numbers. They are not really important like that. Then let's put this in maybe euros. Can you guys see my screen though? I don't know if I can.
Yes, sir. We can see
Yes,
your screen.
sir.
Okay. So let's say you have this, and then all of a sudden, have you ever been to a bank and then people come to the bank to complain that they made a transfer, they credited someone and they receive they received a debit, but the person did not receive a credit. Have you experienced something like that?
Yes, sir.
So they come to the bank
Very
to
well.
make they come to the bank to make a complaint. Now, in this bank that they are coming to make a complaint, if you want to look up the details of this person's transaction, what is the first question the cashier or customer service person or whoever attends to the person is going to ask?
Account
Going to
number.
ask account number, exactly. Now you see, the moment you give your account number, they can pull out every single detail about your transaction for you. True or false?
Hmm. True.
They can pull out your name, your address, your signature, every single thing. And then they can tell you that, okay, this person was actually credited and give it a few days. Or they can give you an excuse. So the customer service is there to explain what happened to them. But as a data analyst, for those of you who intend to be one, or as a data analyst, rather, using again the tools like Excel, your job is not really to explain like that. Your job is to put the technology there that makes pulling out that person's data possible to happen. Right? Am I making sense?
Yes, sir.
So let's say that you are looking for a value called laptop. In a let's say you have almost 100,000 rows of products. 100,000 rows of products. Like this one, for instance. You have all of these products here. And then your manager comes and says, please, can you pull out the number? Can you pull out the person that owns this phone number? This person have been sending us messages and threatening us and all of those things. Can you send us this person's number? If you are in Nigeria, you remember when you are standing in front of somebody's car to take a picture, you kind of blur the person's plate number. Why do people do that thing? If you are in Nigeria, why do you do it? Anybody? You're taking a picture in front of someone's car and you blur the plate number, the car's plate number. and before you post it on social media. Why do you do it if you're in Nigeria?
Because the plate number can be used to extract some personal details about the person, about the car owner.
Okay, who is speaking?
Nina,
Are you in Nigeria?
yes.
Do you believe that thing you said now?
It should work, but in Nigeria, ideally, it's supposed to.
Okay. That's why you can. I mean, I'm not blasting the country, but the security architecture is not so great. We want to make it better. We would love to make it better, isn't it? Such a way that if someone hits me and zooms off, all I need to do is write down the person's plate number. In the US, when you see, some of us being so obedient, no be because we know on break law, but because we know the consequences of breaking the law. You can't run. The red lights, the traffic lights say stop. You have to stop. If you run past, the camera will take a picture of your vehicle color, plate number, and what happens? Your plate number is attached to your social security number, your address, your everything. The moment they insert your plate number, the first time I saw a police vehicle in Dallas, that was my first time. Normally, I don't get too close, but that time, maybe because I was having a chat with some of the police officers, or more, if you see gadgets where they inside police car, it's like full-blown office. I'm telling you, full-blown office. So I was asking the officer to explain some of the gadgets for me, and he was like, "Okay, this one would help me to know if there is a car that is coming ahead, speed limit. So as you dey drive for speed, come police car is just parked somewhere. You drive that your speed pass, they don't read them. They know exactly if you were supposed to go 40 miles per hour and you are going 60, omo, you don't enter. They are not going to pursue you. All they not just need. Then there's a camera. There's another device. There's a camera on top of the dashboard of the police vehicle. As you are driving that your speed and you are passing, like say village people pursue you, that camera will zoom in, capture your device. So nobody they pursue you. And then he showed me another one. For instance, they are always stationed in different places. When you drive past, you think, okay, you have escaped. Unknown to you that there's a police waiting for you in front. So they have another, all the telephones and things. They will tell you, okay, that's a car just passed here. They'll describe your car. The plate number is this. He's driving a 40 mile per hour. He's not supposed to be driving 40 mile per hour. He's going to arrive at. So they make those predictions. By the time you reach the next stop, police on, wow, 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 wow. Can you pull over, please? You say, what? Waiting happen. They will tell you your history. Say you just passed somewhere, and you were driving. It will shock you. So that's how one of my friends, he came from Nigeria newly. Uh, when driving, he was having fun. Now he broke the law. He didn't know. At the end of the month, $500 was on his doorstep. The ticket for passing the red lights, going through, not paying for his parking lot. The next month, nobody tell that guy, even if it's 12 midnight, when you see red light, stop. So why am I telling you this? It's because when you belong to a system where technology helps life to become better, guys, are we still here?
Very much, yes, sir.
Yes,
Technology
sir.
helps
Yes.
life. When you belong to a system where technology helps life to become better, lives and properties are protected at all costs, right? I mean, if someone hits me and runs away, I'm not going to be bothered because all I need to do is, there's a lookup function database somewhere. There's a database of all citizens that are documented. You hit me and run because you have a social security number, your plate number is attached to your house number, and everything else. They'll follow you up. I can just describe you, and before you know it, your picture is everywhere. So that's what VLOOKUP does basically. If you belong to that type of system, or let's imagine that this thing, these are list of companies, unicorn companies, and then I can't memorize all of these companies by heart. I can't. I don't have time for that. Maybe a little child can. Those who are competing with who else, they can. But I can't for the life of me. If you want me to call out any of these details for you, call out, let's say, this company, this 659 company, right? Call out every detail, their valuation, the dates they joined, their industry, their city, country, their continent, the year what they founded, and their funding. If you want me to call out everything, same way the bank calls out details of a customer. If you want me to call out anything, I'm not going to be looking for this person, scrolling up and down like a useless person that have nothing to do. I'm not going to be scrolling. All I need to do is to use my VLOOKUP to actually search for that data, and then I'm going to pull out every single thing about that data, one after the other. Does that make sense, guys? Does it make sense? Does this explanation help you understand what VLOOKUP does?
Yes,
Yes.
it does.
Good. So now we are looking for the value of laptop. We want to find what is the value of laptop. Okay. What sales is laptop making? So we say equals to VLOOKUP. Can someone read what's there, please?
Nothing is
Look,
showing.
looks for a
Okay.
value in the leftmost column of a table and then returns a value in the same row from a column you specify. By default, the table must be sorted in an ascending order.
Exactly. So I'm going to say VLOOKUP, bracket open. What is our lookup value?
Laptop,
Laptop.
Y5.
Y5. You can either choose Y5 or you can choose this one that was written somewhere here.
Okay.
And then our table array, comma. What is our table array?
We have to highlight from
The whole of Y, column Y.
no,
No.
YZ drag down to 909.
This is our table array, the entire table.
Okay.
Okay. Because if you don't highlight the entire table, it's not going to make reference to the proper product.
Okay.
And then column index number. Who knows what column index number is?
Is the number where what we're looking for is found. Like
Okay, where
for
is it?
the Y and Z, number 2, which is the Y, is the number.
Exactly. So the column index number is 2
So,
because
yeah.
the sales product belongs to the second column, and we want the value of the laptop, which is in the second column, to be given to us. So we're going to put 2. After that, you put your comma, and it's asking you, do you want an approximate match or an exact match? Which one should we choose? When it comes to
Exact
money,
match.
exact match. Because remember, when it comes to money, do not approximate. Give it out. Don't approximate. It is 42.50. Don't approximate to 43. It is 42.50. 42.50. $42.50. Don't go and give someone $46 because you are approximating. Please. And then bracket close, and then you will hit enter. So why is it showing this? Uh, Okay, I know what the issue is. Going to try that again. Um, Equals to VLOOKUP, bracket open. My lookup value is a laptop, comma, my table array, comma, column index number, and for. All right, so that one worked. Please, any question on VLOOKUP? So our laptop is what? Is 85879.
So I have a question concerning the column index number.
Mm-hmm.
If we were working with, let's say, fan, for example, the column index number, will it be 4?
We're working with what?
fan.
Fan. What do you mean by fan?
On
Like,
the products, on the products column, she's asking
I'm
column.
asking concerning I'm asking concerning the column index number. I just want to be clear and be sure because you said for the column index number it was 2. So I'm asking if we're working with fan instead of laptop for the product. The column index number will it be 4?
No, it's a column. Fan is in a row.
So how did you come about the column index number? Because I didn't get that part.
Okay, this is column 1, product. This is column 2, sales. And this is column 3, cost price. There are 3 columns here. So when Excel asks you to, what are you looking for? Which column is it located? That's just a question.
Okay, I get it now. Thank you.
So it's not table. You are also looking for everything on column 2. So now let's look. Now we have 3 columns. We want to look for fan, right? We want to look for the cost price of fan. So we have products, we have cost price. And what is the product we are looking for? The fan. And what is the cost price? We want to pull that data out. So we say equals to VLOOKUP, bracket open, fan, isn't it? Or let's choose this one now. And then comma. Our table array is the whole of this. Comma. Column index number is going to be what by now?
3.
3.
3.
3, correct. And then exact match, isn't it? And then close bracket and enter. Can you see that? So fan is 6. Guys, are we together?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good. So before I end this class now, because it's time, I want you to look at this particular data set. We have this data set. I want to give my table a name. Let's say I want to name it unicorn table. Unicorn. Okay, unicorn companies. Or yeah, unicorn company. Unicorn comp, something like that. You were taught how to name table, right? Were you
Yes,
taught
sir.
how to name tables? Good. So now we have unicorn comp companies. And I'm going to randomly highlight this. I'm going to randomly highlight this. I'm going to go to the next page. I'm going to put the here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to come over here. I'm going to highlight another one. And then I'm going to come over here and paste. So now I want to find out the industry these ones belong to. Okay. So I'm going to come here. So I'm going to name this to be company, and then I'm asked to find out what is the industry they belong. So again, remember the very foolish way is for us to come and we are scrolling down to look for what's the name of the first company?
Encourage digital.
Anchorage Digital. So a very stupid person that was not taught by me and who foolishly didn't want to will now come and be scrolling down to look for Anchorage. By the time you are done doing that, somebody has called you that your ex-girlfriend is dead. And then you will now come again and start all over because you have even forgotten where you stopped. And then the person who employed you will be questioning his life. How did this guy end up in my company? But if you were taught by me, okay, the most handsome Excel trainer on earth, if you were taught by me, you would now discover for yourself, right? I hope all of you are following me on LinkedIn, by the way. If you are not following me on LinkedIn, please, I don't know why you are still alive. Let's continue. Please go type my name on LinkedIn, David Francis Effiong. That's where I am everywhere. There's nothing there. Go connect with me on LinkedIn, connect with the health techies on LinkedIn as well. So if you were taught by me, you will definitely know that there's something called VLOOKUP, right? And you simply say equals to VLOOKUP, bracket open. What is our lookup value? Our lookup value is one of these, isn't it? Comma. What is our table array? Our table array is the name of the table. You have to highlight the
Unicorn.
name, which was what? Unicorn.
Unicorn.
It's already here. Unicorn com. Can you see that?
Mm-hmm.
But because we don't know where the column titled industry is, we don't need to go back to that to begin to look for. We want to go back and begin to look for it. So what are we going to do? We are going to call out all the columns. And one way to do that is to put our open square bracket. Right? Can you see that?
Yes, sir.
We can now count. Where is industry located? Column what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4. So now we know. After highlighting our unicorn table array, our column index number would now be
Four.
what? Column 4.
Four.
And
Okay.
then exact match.
Exact match.
Bracket close. Let's see if this will work. Can you see that?
Okay.
And then what else? I drag down. Can you see that?
Mm.
So the idiot that was not taught by me is still scrolling. He's still looking for the second one. Meanwhile, I have used my VLOOKUP to simply give out the. So when you see they are promoting me now, you go to your church and start praying. God, I know this is not what you told me when I got this job. Oh my God, oh my God, David, Mr. David. Every time they are promoting him, oh my God, oh my. No, Mr. David knows what he's doing, and you did not spend time to learn the bloody thing. Because every time, that is why the lesser jobs you have, it means people don't trust you. They will say, just go give am whether I go fit do, right? But the person that knows what they are doing, imagine me driving, I'm sleeping. Guys, it's a very wrong thing, but it means I am not just like I'm everywhere in the sense of speaking. But when you have you all of a sudden you feel as if even the people that I'm working with, almost all of them, their table is filled with jobs. And then you are like, what the heck is wrong with young people? So you prefer to go and learn how to twerk and post on because you are seeing people buying cars, right? How long are you going to be twerking? I'm not saying twerking is bad. I'm just using that as an example. How long are you going to be chasing clout and doing all those funny things people do online just because you feel someday you are going to blow? Huh? Meanwhile, if you are a young person and you are listening to me, this is the time you need to build a system. You need to build a system, the same system that is going to sustain you when you are like, above 50 or 60. You can twerk all your way, but give yourself a retirement period. Right? Give yourself a retirement period. Look at my dear, beautiful sweetheart, Rihanna. She has retired from all the Grammy awards and things like that. Back in the day, you see Rihanna almost everywhere. Same thing like Celine Dion, isn't it? But now, if you are taking Rihanna, like the last music festival she went to, you have to pay a lot of money to bring someone like her out of her box or pregnancy or motherhood. Rihanna is a billionaire by now. The beautiful twerking lady of then, she built a system around her business. Now she's being sustained by it. So if you want to really if you want to if you want to be sustained by your wealth, this is the time for you to get serious, build. And please, as you are building, build with people that know what they are doing. So that you don't go and say, oh my God, this promotion is supposed to come by now. Oh, this job is supposed to arrive by now. Oh Lord, what is keeping you waiting? What is keeping you waiting? Anyway, today is Sunday and I'm not your pastor. This is where I'm going to end my class so that we can continue. But please, if I've given you any assignment, make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Make sure you do it. Any questions so far? And thank you to the 70 people that are here. You guys rock. So today, what have we learned? We've learned VLOOKUP. We've learned
Conditionals,
conditional formatting. We've learned what else? If statements. We've learned joins. We've really covered something today, right?
pivot table.
Okay, so someone said I should go and talk about pivot table, but before I do that shortly, Pesh, are you in the premium group, Pesh? Okay, Fel, you are going to the bank to complain. Oh yeah, go with your rapper. In case they no answer you, you come out and tight and well. Tracy, what was your question? Okay, please, in which scenario should we use approximate and not exact? Okay, I love that question, Tracy. Well, I think if you are dealing with numbers that can be approximated, for instance, someone's age, that's a number. You don't need to have someone's age like 53 point. I am 53.3 years old. Nah, that doesn't happen. You have 53. On those cases, you can use approximate. Tracy, do you understand? But when it comes to money, please don't go and cause trouble by approximating it. I hope that makes sense. Any other question, please?
Sir, yes, sir. Um, please, can I go on?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. Is on when we did the if statements and
Uh,
the case when we used Chidima. So when we treated it, it was just one condition that was, met. But how about if we had more than two conditions being met? Like, how do we bring it in? Like, she mentioned something like hardworking alongside, the other one we talked about.
Precious, can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you, sir.
Can you kindly repeat your question, please?
Okay, my question is when we treated if statements and the example we did in class, you used the Chidimai instance. So I was asking, what if we have two conditions being met? How do we, you know, work it out? Because the one we did in
Okay,
class,
if we need to work with two conditions, right?
yes, that are both.
So that is going to be part of your Excel project, but let's leave that for now. That's like advanced because we don't want to start combining functions now. We want you to
Oh,
understand the basics. This is like intermediate Excel. We need you to understand how the functions operate in themselves. When you totally understand how the functions operate in themselves, then you will be able to understand how you can combine not just with itself but with another function.
all right. Thank you. Thank you.
So for those who have questions during the week, if you are in the premium group, I'm going to check if you have questions. And yes, Pesh, we may, if you are in the premium group, I'm going to check if you have questions. Then we can have a private class, maybe 30 minutes to address those questions. Does that make sense? So that I don't faint here in this class today. And fortunately, I still need to step out and do a few things. Did you guys learn anything today?
Yes, sir.
All right. So I guess with that, see you on Saturday. I'll see you anytime we meet. Thank you so much for coming up on board. And please try to join the premium group if you just listening to us so that you can also enjoy some of these opportunities.
Thank you so much for your time.